Alright, this is going to be part 7 of Triangle Strategy.
Have you found anything?
No, my lord. Only our own footprints.
Strange.
Few travel this path, but it is still traveled.
Someone must have covered their tracks.
Well, if it isn't House Wolfort's motley crew, imagine my surprise at finding you here. Whatever are you doing?
We were merely on our way to...
No need for pretense, my lord. Not when his life is forfeit for having discovered us.
I think you have it the wrong way around. Die.
You would have Lionel?
You'll have to be cleverer than that to outwit me. Here, this is what you get for trying to make fools out of us.
We must put an end to this. Take them all down.
Looks like I'm up.
I feel like I can do anything.
Slow! For my lord.
My turn.
You won't escape. Suffer.
Come on, then.
Watch out for the archers up there! Where shall we strike?
Let us pry out their weakness. Preparation is key.
For the honor of House Wolfort. Ha-ha! I've gained new strength.
Time for some sorcery. Ice!
I'll give it my best. Yeah! Strike while the iron's hot. We can do
Won't
this!
let you down!
I will follow you faithfully till the end.
It wasn't meant to end here. They got me.
Lionel has arrived! Combat is not Lionel's forte!
They got me.
For my lord. Fine. Looks like I shall have to kill you myself. The pain will end soon. No need to panic. Saw through that plain as day.
My turn.
This'll hurt. This victory is within reach. Just gotta do it.
Forward! Now I end this.
I see a path to victory.
Time for some sorcery. Lightning!
So it comes to battle.
Rancor.
For my lord. The pain will end soon.
My turn. Last sound strike. It's over.
Now then.
Got you marked.
My lord!
Preparation is key.
Defeat is not an option. That hit the mark.
Feisty, aren't we? What are you and your cups about?
Impressed? Every defense in your final moments. That looked painful. I must carry on. We can do
Watch
it.
me work. Here I come.
So it comes to battle.
Too slow.
Time to work.
It's over.
Now we make our riches.
Ha!
Perhaps we can strike a deal?
No need to panic.
Impossible. Curses. I'll make this quick. Every defense has a...
Submit!
I know.
Stay composed. Appreciate it.
Now it's my turn. Ain't over yet.
will help.
My turn.
Victory is within reach. Victory is within reach. Time for some sorcery. Don't be afraid. I can help more than ever now.
I must carry on. This is far from over.
Must I? Perfect.
Can't go.
Allow me.
You marked.
This is only temporary.
We must tread carefully. You won't escape.
Leave everything to me. Ain't over
Much
yet.
obliged.
My turn.
Curses.
I'll take it from here. Right on, wait.
That may be, but sheer numbers will not defeat us.
I will suffer no cur who dares sully House N's good name. I need it.
Here I come. Don't be afraid.
Allow me.
Close. I won't let you down. I must find a way through. No true pain.
I will end
At
this.
your mark.
Allow me.
This will hurt.
Come on then.
stand this.
You're open.
Impossible!
What should I do?
I must find the pain will rest.
Time to work.
You won't escape.
We're not done here. We're not done here.
I feel stronger already.
Looks like I'm up. Time to end this.
Come on then. What are you and your
This will be
cups
of
about?
great use. You were overconfident.
No. I failed to stop them. I failed House End.
Curses!
Wait your turn.
I have to do something. Ah!
Can't hold out much longer. Torpedo!
Your orders? You won't escape.
Have mercy.
Victory is out.
We cannot spare him, my lady. Not when he knows what we intend to do.
He was complicit in the salt fraud, was he not? Perhaps he might agree to bear witness for us.
Yes, yes. I'll tell you everything. Whatever you wish.
Then let us attempt it.
Fools! You haven't won yet. Once I report to Minister Sorcelay, he will crush your pathetic house.
You certainly took your time, Anna.
No more than was necessary.
Unfortunate. We'll have to find another witness.
His lips may have been sealed, but it's only a matter of time until his betrayal is discovered.
We must prove our case before that happens. Come, let us hurry to the capital.
After surviving an ambush at the hands of Sorcelay's retainer, Booker, Serenoa and his retinue arrive at the Hyzantian capital. Exon Marshal is absent when they arrive to denounce House N's crimes, and they are denied an audience with the Hierophant. Still, another of the Saintly Seven, Minister Kamsal Farrant, who oversees domestic affairs, agrees to hear them out.
I thank you for bringing this matter to my attention. That said, Salt makes for poor evidence. There's simply no way of telling legitimate goods apart from illicit ones.
Surely, as Minister of Domestic Affairs, rumor of Sourcelay's illegal salt trade has reached you.
Rumor, yes, but nothing more. From foreign sources, no less. I cannot help wondering if these rumors are more intended to drive a wedge between us and Sourcelay, and in doing so, throw our land into chaos. Not that I would question the honorable intentions of House Wolfort, of course.
I understand you have good reason to doubt in your position, Minister Kamsal.
May I ask if you know when Minister Exham will return to the capital?
It is difficult to say. He is a busy man. But weeding out corruption is a duty that falls to House Farrant. If you find anything else, pray, inform me at once.
Of course.
So, he wants us to bring him further evidence before agreeing to aid us. Even one of the Saintly Seven can only act upon the surest foundation, it seems.
House Wolfort, eager to report House N's illicit dealings to Hyzant, rebuffs an attack from Booker, Sourcelay's loyal assistant, and gains entry to the city. Alas, Kamsal, one of the Saintly Seven, informs them that charges cannot be brought without hard evidence of Sourcelay's misdeeds.
I see the salt matter is being addressed.
Exactly as you predicted, no less. I never expected House Wolfort to so much as entertain the idea.
The Wolforts are formidable, always striving to do the right thing. Which is also what makes them so easy to manage.
What are you scheming now?
Scheming? You make it sound so scandalous. All I do for our beloved Hyzant.
Do not play the fool. I know Minister Edor has taken notice of you. You would do well not to let it go to your head. I certainly cannot bring myself to admire the man.
Oh, why ever not?
'Tis not worth going into detail. Suffice to say, I would not mourn him should some grave impropriety come to light.
Then, for now, let us gleefully await the Wolfort's next move.
Master Archibald, is there something on your mind?
Goddess be good. I must be getting on in years for you to be able to sneak up on me like that.
What troubles you?
I was only reminiscing. Meaty days like these tend to blow my mind back a couple of decades or more.
Reminiscing about what?
The Salt Iron War. Hard to believe it's been 30 whole years. Some days I almost forget my time as one of the Saintly Seven. I defended the Citadel of Sands through the conflict. I was there when Esfrost attacked. A number of Rosellan prisoners who tried to escape the Source were there too, including Our Lady Frederica's dear mother.
What's this?
She stayed behind all by herself to help the countless numbers of her fellow Roselle flee. That's how she was captured. But I knew we couldn't hold the Citadel. So I helped her and her friends escape in secret before the enemy attacked. The wind blew just as hard that night as it's blowing now. I'll never forget watching the Roselle, caked all over in mud as they slipped away into the dark.
So you didn't want innocents to get caught up in the coming battle?
It never settled right with me. The way the goddess's teachings permitted abuse of the Roselle for the supposed sins of their past. A person's life isn't worth more or less just because of the conditions of their birth. More than anything, I was moved by the selfless acts of Lady Frederica's mother. She reminded me of what I had once aspired to be. She was able to do what I never could. Risk her life to save her friends. I couldn't let someone like that die. Not on my watch. It wasn't long until the other Saintly Seven discovered what I'd done. They branded me a traitor, stripped me of my title, and sentenced me to death. Of course, I slipped out of their clutches before they could have my head. I wandered for a while before taking up life as a merchant under the King of Glenbrook's patronage.
I never knew you and Lady Frederica's mother shared such a past.
Well, it is in the past. Anyway, let us return. This cold night wind is making my old bones ache something fierce.
Well, if it isn't Tenebrous. Gloomy as ever, I see.
Minister Sorsley, I see you are in high spirits.
And why shouldn't I be? House Wolfort is ferrying my salt as we speak. An illustrious house from the Salt Iron War trying to win my favor. It's laughable.
But can they succeed, being as ignorant to the circumstances as they are?
If they fail, I simply lay the blame upon them and see their house duly punished. I shall gain merit in place of money.
I did not take you for an optimist. Or have you forgotten of Exham and Camcel's suspicions?
You speak as if it were my problem alone, my dear Tenebrous.
Do not misunderstand. It is because we are tarred with the same brush that I have come to warn you. Your dealings of late have grown, perhaps overly so. You would make an enemy of the other saints, should they notice.
And would you too turn against me, Tenebrous?
Most certainly not. Our fates are tied.
Good. Now leave me.
Pray, be careful, Minister.
What need have I for caution? I have never failed, nor will I ever.
Sorcelet may well come to end us once he hears of our allegations. There is no turning back now. We must move swiftly.
So how shall we proceed?
We must provide hard evidence, as Minister Kamsel requested.
And I wish to be named Archduke of Esfrost.
Does he understand what he asks of us? We have no leads.
Have you managed to reach Minister Exham?
Regrettably, I have not.
I would prefer to have him in our corner, but we haven't the time. We shall collect the evidence and testimony ourselves. Salt is a well-regulated commodity, and numbers do not lie. If this illicit trade exists, someone will have altered the ledgers.
Of course. We'll gather what information we can on Sorcelet until the evidence we seek reveals itself. Let us canvass the town and see what we find.
Agreed. We should split up and search for clues.
Serenoa says, time to gather some testimony as to Sorcelet's crimes. The citizen says, a woman living near the ministry whose life is consumed with rumors of all sizes and sorts. She always has some fresh morsel or another. It would behoove you to speak with her. Serenoa says, I would very much like to speak with her. Thank you. The soldier says, we're looking for a rebel who was last seen in the area. Have you any memory of such a person? Serenoa says, I'm afraid not. The merchant says, I'm closed for the day, need to balance the ledger. Do come again. LOL. Not now, I have more pressing matters. That damn officer's hunting me like a dog. I would leave if I could. Clara says, where is all this talk coming from? I will not stand for these absurd accusations. What proof do you have? I say none. He says, when you do as much business as I do, rumors about you tend to propagate. It would behoove you to interrogate the rumors you hear before repeating them. But it also is best not to let them lie. Keep digging and keep me apprised of any new information. I'm eager to be of service. The ministry official says the Saintly Seven have been recognized by the goddess of salt herself and are tasked with leading the faithful of Hyzant. Atop this order sits the Holy One, who enjoys the privilege of hearing the goddess speak in her own words. The Holy One disseminates her words to the Saintly Seven, who hand them down to the people, thus granting the Holy State her blessings. I, of course, take pride in the uniquely superior construction of our society, but how do you, as an outsider, find it? I just say systems of rule are not so easily compared. They are the result of choices made by a people over the arc of their shared history. The official says yes, a sincere and logical argument on the surface, yet we need but scratch at it to reveal the rot within. Those other nations you speak of, they are meaningless pits of suffering in which the people and their sordid histories are trapped. The only ones who can truly lead the people to prosperity and happiness are those who have been chosen by the goddess herself, the Holy One and the Saintly Seven. So your dogma tells us, says Serenoa, though I think you'll find this does not account for human nature, which is not so easily controlled. The official says, I will admit that each of the Saintly Seven have their idiosyncrasies, I think. Idiosyncrasies, Jesus, that's a weird word. But anyways, the official says, nevertheless, the goddess's powers know no bounds. She will swiftly punish those who stray the path, saint or not. Only those who have official business with the ministry may enter. If you've no appointment, I ask you to leave. Lila says, I've learned that my secretary was investigating Minister Sorsley as well. Surely he left some notes in his journal. You have my blessing to read it if you find it. The goddess tolerates much in the search for truth. But you still won't let me in. Naughty boy. Naughty, naughty boys. I think I talked to that dude. Got some fiber, baby. And some cash. Cash, cash, cashity, cash. Cash, cash. I did see some rather suspicious person leaving, says Serenoa. The soldier says, thank you, you've done a good deed. Yeah, this is the way to the source, so they just basically say you can't go here. I say, I hear tell of a secret ledger for salt shipments. Does this sound familiar? He says, I've heard of no such thing. Now be on your way or interfering with my duties. I cannot let you pass without permission. I just say, why guard? Is there something that you have to hide? I've seen a dealer, different from the one we see during the day, carry salt off at night, under cover of darkness. I confess I received payment in exchange for my silence, but I know not from whom. Not as though it matters, my conscience withers and rots just the same. Serenoa says, that's suspicious. I'll make note of it. I'll wager this person is involved with Sorsley's illegal enterprise. The soldier says, Esfrost boasts of their freedom from the mountaintops, yet it is only ever the rich and powerful that rise to the top. While here in Hyzant, all are equal under the goddess's watchful eye, and all may live in peace. I scarcely need ask, but which nation in your estimation has the right of it? I just say neither. The soldier says, don't make me laugh. The very notion of a nation conquered by Esfrost being in the right is pure folly. It was turning away from the goddess's teachings that brought this fate upon them. They would have driven Esfrost from their shores had they but embraced her. Serenoa says, this is how the faithful of Hyzant think. Anyone who peddles religion is not for me. I don't care what kind of religion. I find Sorceley's behavior improper. He took a meeting with Glenbrook officials in secret where he dispersed generous bribes. Serenoa says this is extremely valuable evidence. This is all hearsay, but I understand S-Frost occupies Glenbrook. The kingdom is a den of inequity, it's true. Their lack of adherence to the goddess's teachings has no doubt brought this fate upon them. Oh my. The rebel says... Well, Serenoa tells the rebel that the guard is gone. The rebel says, "At last I can enter my own home. You have my gratitude. Is there anything I can do for you?" I say, "You can provide me with information. Do you know anything of House N's illicit salt dealings?" The rebel says, "No, I'm afraid not." Serenoa says, "Then even a source will do. How might one go about prying into the affairs of House N?" The rebel says, "You seem quite determined. You may as well search their encampment itself. It is located beside the entrance to the source. If Sorceley has anything to hide, he will most certainly have hid it there." Serenoa says if we can't find proof there, it genuinely doesn't exist. Yet it is brazen and dangerous. We'll have to wait for the cover of darkness. That guy says the same thing. Just do it at night. Always do it in the night. We're gonna tell him about that suspicious merchant at night. Clara says, "I confess I had not noticed, though I cannot piece it together in my mind. How would they get this salt smuggled to S-Frost in the first place? Looks like I need to find more information before he will take me seriously." Yeah, that person's saying the same thing. That person just doesn't want to let me in. Lila says the bribes appear to be true. All that remains is to see what role they played in this distribution. Okay. Minister Exarm is occupied. If you have business with him, you should write him a letter. Only those with special permission may enter the palace. Thought I talked to everyone. There was supposedly some kind of like gossipy person. Oh, have I been in here? Serenoa says, "I understand you're aware of the rumors. I'd like to hear more about them." You needn't be so coy. Oh, where to begin? Where to begin? Have you heard the tale of the vanishing vessel? It arrives at the port in secret, only to vanish as quickly and quietly as it came. A ship that disappears in the night. The how of their salt exports had eluded me until now. Perhaps they were carrying it on this ship. Alright, so maybe now we can talk to that other dude and get him to, like, agree to whatever we're doing. How would they get smuggled? We bring up the cargo ship that vanishes in the night. Clara says, "Yes, the disappeared vessel would figure nicely. It is fortuitous that you contacted me, I thank you. I tell you this in the strictest confidence. Talk of House N's crimes has reached the consortium. There, Minister Sorcelet is known to be a meticulous man, exceedingly concerned with the accuracy of his ledger. If he is engaged in illegal enterprises, as you suggest, I doubt his conscience would allow his books to go unbalanced. He'll have kept a second ledger. Serenoa says a secret account. Of course, with that in hand, we'd have all the proof we need. The trouble will be finding it. Well, let's take one more look around. I went in that house. Yeah, that's the house with the notebook. We went in that house up there for the rumor monger. I don't think any of the others are enterable. So let's end the exploration. First, we'll go to the encampment and see if we can do any leveling up or whatever. Or finding items. Let's see. I can get another one of these things. Yeah, that seems good enough. I think I got another medal, so maybe we can promote somebody. If I'm gonna use anyone, it'll probably be him.
This day shall be ours!
Can get someone's weapon to level 2, so we should definitely do that before I spend any money. I can do her or him. I actually use him, so we're gonna do that. I feel like I use the wind more often. Why would this be locked? Oh, that says weapon damage. That's not particularly useful to me. Yeah, these have the better ranges. I don't think I can upgrade anything else. I don't care about those two. Yeah, that would wipe out all of my freaking items, so I don't know that I want to mess with that. Alright, now we can see if there's anything worth purchasing. Shush, doggy. Honestly, nothing interesting there. I think we've done all we can in this area, too. Serenoa says, I've heard enough. We return to the encampment to organize our thoughts.
What news? Have you learned anything?
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely. A thorough review of the testimony shall show us the truth.
Benedict is right. Let us review what we know to be true.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest? Let us begin with Sorsley himself. What is his crime?
He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
How could I have been so blind to his dealings in the upper echelons of my own kingdom?
Though we know this to be true, I doubt we'll build a worthy case now that Esfrost rules the Crown City.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorsley's improprieties.
Claris said Sorsley kept a secret ledger.
Of course. Sales had to be carefully managed so as not to arouse suspicion.
Making detailed records a necessity. I've no doubt this ledger exists. Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
By which you mean Sorsley's encampment?
Precisely. Not the one at the Citadel of the Sands, so far from the source. Right here, in the capital.
I know its location.
Might the bribe Sorsley plied Glenbrook's nobles with be connected to his illicit dealings?
We know the ledger tracking the tainted salt exists.
End's encampment is our primary target, then. But it's too dangerous to get near, let alone inside.
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
And Sorsley will find us out soon enough, if he hasn't already.
Time is of the essence, then. What is our next move?
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Camsell once more.
Serenoa and his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Camsell, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Minister Camsell will join our cause, won't he?
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith. That is all that is in our power to do.
It looks like I missed something, so I'm gonna go back and check. Alright, Sarah Noah says, I'm sorry to intrude, but might I borrow the pen and paper? I have a very important letter to write. The merchant says, if this paper will suffice, then you certainly may. So we're gonna write that letter to Exarm. I think that's the step I missed. Sarah Noah says, this is an important proposal for Exarm. I bid you deliver it to him at once. The soldier says, very good. I'll make sure the letter reaches him. Sarah Noah says, that letter should secure Exarm's cooperation in exposing Sorslay's crimes. I pray it reaches him soon. We cannot be too prepared since we are up against one of the Saintly Seven. So let me see if there's anything else that I can do to make sure that this gets done correctly this time.
What news? Have you learned anything?
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden.
Benedict is right.
Lord Sereno, let us begin.
He bribed nobles right under...
How could I have been so blind?
Though we know this to be true.
If we cannot doing so, we'll...
There were irregular salt shipments. If we press him from that angle...
The shipments were irregular. But what's the product? I reckon you couldn't tell from looking at it. And a pile of salt won't prove our case.
Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
By which you mean Sorslay's encampment?
Precisely.
I know its location.
Might the bribe Sorsley plied Glenbrook's nobles with be connected to his illicit dealings?
We know there were unscheduled shipments of salt, but that alone is not a crime, nor can we prove the salt was tainted. End's encampment is our primary target, then. But it's too dangerous to get near, let alone inside.
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
And Sorsley will find us out.
Time is of the essence.
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Camsell once more.
Maybe this is just what happens no matter what. I just wanted to go back and check to see if I did all that I could. And I might just double check it again later. But we'll see what happens.
Serenoa and his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Camsell, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Minister Camsell will join our cause, won't he?
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith. That is all that is in our power to do.
You! Are you House End's dogs?
A messenger, my lord, from the palace. I seek Lord Serenoa Wolfort.
You have found him.
Lord Wolfort, you have been accused of coercing Minister Sorsley End unto unlawful acts. Your presence is required at the palace so the Holy One may question you.
House End is the guilty party, not Serenoa.
If you've testimony to give, you are welcome to stand witness at the trial.
My lord, this may be a good opportunity to bring our case directly to the Hierophant and the other powerful entities of Hyzant. I expect the Saintly Seven are not of one mind on this matter. If you can persuade some of the ministers to side with us, Sorsley will have nowhere to run.
Perhaps. Or you could end up the one with his head on the chopping block, Serenoa.
Even so, we cannot make an enemy of Hyzant, else we truly will be alone. I must stand trial, plead my case to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, and hope that they believe me.
You've been summoned to the palace, Minister Camsell. The Holy One is to hear the accusations against Minister End and question House Wolfort.
Very well. So, Sorsley has made the first move. Serenoa must not have been able to secure evidence against him after all. But order cannot truly be restored simply by sentencing House Wolfort. I must make of this opportunity what I can.
So there is to be a trial. I see.
The Holy One requires the presence of the Saintly Seven immediately.
And here I thought you nearly had him, Wolfort. Did I overestimate you? No matter. There is more than one way to trap a greedy boar. Now then, who will be best put to the task?
The inquiry of House Wolfort, still accused by Minister Sorsley End, will hereby commence. We of the Saintly Seven will preside over this trial. Serenoa Wolfort, you stand before the Holy One. Do you swear by the Goddess to speak the truth?
I swear.
Minister Exham Marshall, you may begin the proceedings.
We know Minister Sorsley quite well, having worked with him for these long years. But we know comparatively little of you, Lord Serenoa. Therefore, we must first determine whether you are worthy of our trust. Surely you have not forgotten his position among the saintly seven of the holy state of Hyzant?
I have written it all down as tradition requires.
Yes, I have read through your report. It is a sign of sincerity that you would proceed according to our customs. Indeed, I can confirm you are a man of honor and integrity. Once all presiding over the trial have had a chance to express their opinions over your report, we shall pass our judgment. I have nothing further to ask.
Next, Minister Kamsel Farrant will make his inquiries.
You must understand the difficult position you have put us in, sauntering into our home to denounce one of our own. We are a welcoming people, and so must be wary of those who seek to take advantage of our open hearts. If a stranger came to you with unfounded accusations against one of your people, I doubt you would take him at his word. Have you any proof of the foul deeds you claim have taken place in our land?
I have a witness who has seen the salt being transported. One of the guards at the source.
Oh, one of our citizens. Any entrusted to protect the source must swear an oath of honesty to the goddess before assuming duty. Well then, it seems we ought to consider the matter a little further. I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebris, if you would.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite wisdom. We seven, however, do understand her will. For most, our teachings are the only way they know how to live according to her plan. It is moot to judge Sorsley, one of the seven, based on evidence brought against him by a layperson, no matter what that evidence may be. Unless you have testimony from one who understands the goddess's will, there is simply nothing we can
do. Lord Clarus of the Consortium is the one who informed me of Sorsley's secret ledger. If you cannot believe me, you must at least believe him.
Lord Clarus is indeed a man of excellent character, but he is still a mere merchant. One whose heart is ruled by coin cannot possibly understand the goddess's will. I've no further questions.
Minister Lila Viscraft, ask your questions.
It is plain to me that Sorsley has indeed engaged in misconduct, namely bribery. Yet while I do not doubt he bribed an official of Glenbrook, what the bribe was for remains unclear. Perhaps you can shine some light on the matter, Lord Serenoa?
I believe he wished to ensure that word of the unlawful salt's destination would not travel.
Meaning that a powerful official in the Kingdom of Glenbrook was also complicit in this illicit trade. It would be possible to sell unlawful salt through all of Norzelia if one could ship it through Glenbrook. A secret worth its weight in gold indeed. I have no more questions.
I, Idor Delmira, will ask one final round of questions. I cannot deny, Lord Serenoa, that Sorsley can be foolish. But he is also dedicated to the goddess, and he has worked much good as one of the seven. Though he is not faultless by any means, I believe the goddess yet favors him. If we are to pass judgment on such a man, we must prove his guilt to the goddess herself. So let me ask you this, Serenoa Wolford. Where exactly are we to find such evidence against Sorsley End?
There must be some evidence in House N's encampment.
Ah, yes. The goddess would not be able to see into a place so stripped of faith. Perhaps we would be remiss not to search the encampment on her behalf. My questions are done. Now we will confer with one another. The Holy One will pass judgment after hearing our opinions. Saranora Wolford, the Holy One has passed judgment. House Wolford is found to have spoken true. Therefore, we find House Wolford innocent and declare Sorsley End a traitor.
What?
Calm yourself. It seems the goddess has mercy yet to give you.
Praise her, and praise her wisdom. What mercy has she for me?
You will stand in combat against House Wolford. Whomsoever emerges the victor will be cleansed of their sins.
Combat?
But your sins are indeed heavy, Sorsley. Therefore, we give this to House Wolford.
Awesome. Let's kill this bitch.
It will be as the Hierophant has decreed. House End and House Wolford will battle until the other falls. May the Goddess of Salt bestow her eternal mercy upon the victor.
Am I hearing this right? So guilty criminals get to walk free if they win?
We've no choice but to do as they say. It is what the goddess teaches.
And likely the outcome agreed upon by those who view Sorsley as a threat.
Whatever the case may be, we must fight, and we must win.
They are united in their desire to destroy me. And it is your fault. You will pay for this, Wolford.
Please, leave everything to me.
You seek my demise, do you? I, whose oversight of the source brought prosperity to this land?
Do not twist the truth to obfuscate your crimes.
It seems you've forgotten the goddess's will. Allow me to remind you.
Be on your guard, my lord. Desperate opponents are deadly, for they fight with reckless abandon.
Come then. Let us settle this in honest combat.
Time to work.
That's a big help.
You won't escape. This'll hurt.
Defeat is not an option. Thought you had me, huh? Ha-ha!
How shall I destroy you? I swear on House End of the Saintly Seven, I will win. I must win. Sleep now.
A wasted effort. Now it's my turn. Oh! Would you look at that? A wasted effort.
Let us pry out their weakness. There is always a way. I see the threads of battle more clearly.
Come on then. Here goes.
Oh.
Ow! 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 That's bad. Not over yet.
That's much better. I'll take it from here. We can do this.
I feel better than ever.
An honor and a privilege to serve.
You will not hear me scream.
The tides are turning.
Time to work. Supper. Sound strike. Allow me.
Defeat is not an option.
Science!
A wasted effort.
Ouch!
Work then!
Bit of a bind, this. Here goes! Saw right through you. Together. Damn it all.
I shall try my level best. You have nothing left.
Get back at you!
Now then. Stay down! My quest is one step closer to completion. Here I come! Just hold on, everyone! I am gracious.
Time to take action.
We can do this!
Watch me work.
Impressed?
To lead, I must grow.
We must tread carefully.
This'll hurt. Suffer.
They're closing in. It will take more than this farce of a trial to destroy me. You will pay. You will all pay.
Where the wolf is cornered.
I'll show you what I can do. Don't be afraid. Very well. The heavens ring!
I need a healer.
Time to take action.
Yes!
still move.
Suffer.
Allow me.
Whatever it takes. This is far from over.
Watch me work.
There is no mercy on the battlefield. We must stay vigilant.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather. I can heal too.
Thank you.
Behold true power.
Stay down. The heavens bless me.
I was prepared for this. This'll hurt.
I struck through.
I feel stronger already. This'll hurt.
I struck through.
Thanks for the follow.
Where the wolf is cornered.
I'll make this quick.
I struck through.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Enough! There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Now's
Just as I planned. For the future of House Wolford.
Here I come. Lightning! I did it!
No, this is not the end of me. I refuse to allow it.
Victory goes to House Wolford. Give thanks to the goddess for bestowing upon you her grace. This concludes your trial. Well fought, all of you.
To think the truth had to be proved through a test of strength.
It was the Hierophant's decree. None in Hyzant raise objections.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of, my lord. After all, losing the battle would have meant losing our heads.
I suppose you are right.
That same day, word spread throughout Hyzant of Sorsley End's demise, and that of House End along with him.
So, Lord Serenoa, what shall you do now?
Well...
I shall speak plainly. The Holy One wishes to aid House Wolford.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Your house is known throughout all Norzelia, and rightly so, given the vital land you control.
It would be quite the blow if Esfrost's aggression spelled the end of your domain.
The Hierophant tells me a seat amongst the Saintly Seven shall be yours, should you desire it.
And I would not hesitate to accept it if it meant securing peace for my people.
Then perhaps we can find common ground. The Hierophant, however, has a concern.
I would hear it.
The Roselle living in your domain. They are descendants of the sinners who dwell at the source. That is their proper place. There they offer themselves to the goddess in the hopes they may one day atone for their sins. The Hierophant longs to see them return to their rightful home.
You would have me surrender them to you?
It is not my place to make demands. I am merely to deliver unto you the word of the Hierophant. And so I have done.
Serenoa, will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
I don't know.
As you are doubtless aware, Lady Frederica, the vow of Lord Simon himself binds us to protect them. Alas, our house is not what it once was.
Is that a reason to cast aside its honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
Ah, my friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances. You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
This was your plan from the beginning, wasn't it?
Plan?
We did as you asked and brought Sorslay's indiscretions to light. You knew it would not end at that.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorslay's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Grovel or bleed. Poor options, both.
In his time, Lord Simon protected the Roselle who fled Hyzant, and the village they established within the Wolffort domain. 30 years have passed since then. The Hierophant uses the illegal salt trade incident as leverage to demand those Roselle be sent to the source, where Hyzantian faith dictates they must reside. To secure the Hierophant's goodwill and the subsequent protection of House Wolford, Serenoa has no other choice but to acquiesce. Thus, with House End ruined and a vacant position among the Saintly Seven to be filled, rumors of House Wolford's ascendancy start sounding more credible than ever to the people of Hyzant.
Lord Serenoa, I believe it may be in our best interest to turn over the Roselle after all.
But they fought so hard to escape Hyzant. They would never agree to return.
It would be a show of good faith to the Saintly Seven and secure House Wolford's safety. If the situation calls for force, well, we must be prepared, to borrow Minister Exham's words.
I see. Give me time to think over the matter. Where is Frederica?
Oh, she left for the source with Prince Roland. She said she wanted to see where the Roselle live for herself.
Ah, indeed. Hyzantian law requires all Roselle to make their home at the source.
She is most troubled over this, Lord Serenoa. Please, if you could...
I understand. I will make for the source at once.
Thalus, thank you for making the necessary arrangements.
No need to thank me. I am your Prime Minister, after all. I have made sure those with any power in Glenbrook understand their place. They will do as we command.
Then everything is in place. It is time.
Is there nothing I might do to aid you, brother?
If there were, I would tell you. And the Consortium, Thalus?
Oh, I expect we shan't have any trouble from them. I have promised them a considerable sum to stay out of our way.
Good. Now it is just a waiting game. I wonder how long the Hyzantians will last.
Silvio Tellior, I presume?
Who might you be?
Someone who brings good tidings. An offer you may wish to consider.
I am ruined. Who would want to offer me anything?
It is Minister Edor's wish. Will you hear me out?
One of the Saintly Seven? Then you are Hyzantian.
My master is eager for your assistance, as you are quite close to House Wolford.
Please. I'd only like to glimpse the goddess's sacred grounds for myself. It won't take but a moment.
That may be, but outsiders are not permitted into the source for such frivolities. And you are Roselyn. You ought to understand the teachings better than anyone.
Frederica.
Serenoa, forgive my impulsive behavior.
There's nothing to forgive. I too wish to learn more of the Roselle and Hyzant. Not knowing would make my decision easier, but still I feel I must.
Serenoa? From House Wolfort?
The very same. Lord Serenoa Wolfort. The one who will assume control of the salt trade in short order, as House End once did. To that end, we are here today for a preliminary inspection of the grounds.
So the rumors were true.
Well, are you refusing the newest addition to the Saintly Seven entry into the source?
Of course not. Please, right this way.
All right, you Rosellan wretches! Time for worship! Minister Edor of the Saintly Seven himself will be giving the sermon today. You should be thankful. Heed his word, and your sins shall be cleansed.
Roselle, do you know why you are imprisoned at the source, condemned to toil? It is because your ancestors committed the most heinous of sins. Long, long ago, they schemed to seize control of the salt that the goddess bequeathed to the people of Nozelia. They seized the source for themselves, wresting every last grain of salt from other peoples, desperate for the resource. Using the salt they hoarded as a shield, they terrorized the land, destroying any who stood against them in their thirst for domination. Fanned by their greed, the flames of war long ravaged our land. Countless innocents lost their lives. What a terrible, arrogant people! Their cursed souls dwell within you, their progeny, to this very day. Indeed, the proof is in the very color of your hair. The same red as the blood that flowed from their countless victims.
Our people sinned against the goddess. We are a detestable blight upon Nozelia.
Oh, goddess of salt, please, forgive us our sins. Forgive us.
Do not despair, for the goddess of salt is ever merciful and kind. She grants even the worst of sinners, even you, a chance to atone. That atonement will only come through hard work here at the source. By quenching this earth with your sweat, by giving your lives to this labor, your cursed souls will be cleansed and welcomed back to the goddess's side. Only then, when your sins have been washed away, can you hope to be reborn into a pure body and once again walk upon Nozelia. People of the Roselle, surrender your lives to the source and give your thanks to the great goddess.
O Goddess of Salt, for you I give myself, stained with sin as I am, to the Source. Thank you for granting us the chance to atone.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is enough. Now take that gratitude and turn it toward your work.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
This is atonement? And the Roselle accept it as a fitting punishment? Even if that story Idor told is true, no sin warrants this kind of cruel retribution. Hyzant maintains control over Salt now. Are they then not guilty of the same crime?
You are right. But this is as the Goddess of Salt commands, is it not?
Serenoa says, time to see for myself what goes on at the Souls. The Rosellan says, this cask weighs nothing when compared to the weight of our sins. Oh, Jesus Christ. The soldier says, I understand they've yet to replace Minister Sorsley, and so we lumber on, a beast without a head. It's hardly surprising. He was one of the Saintly Seven. They'll not replace him so hastily. Rumors swirl that they might call upon the Wolfort boy. I don't care if they pick my own mother, so long as the position is filled. Serenoa says, so they would install me as overseer of the Source if I can find my way into the Saintly Seven. Roland says the treatment of the Roselle is utterly inhumane. The child says, I hope they give us water today. We only need to know the goddess's teachings to be absolved. I'm just looking for items. Should there be any others? Frederica says they force young and old alike to toil in deplorable conditions and have the audacity to call it atonement. They don't even tend to those who collapse from exhaustion. They treat my people worse than criminals. It breaks my heart to behold this cruelty. I can scarcely imagine what it must be like to suffer through this. I say they do not think the Roselle human. That is the only way a nation arrives at such cruelty. Frederica says, yes, this is the grisly secret beneath their claims that all are equal before the goddess, the lie upon which the holy state is built. And it is a powerful state, at that. Much as I agree, we cannot oppose them so easily. Faster, faster, there shall be no rest for the wicked. I'm sorry you had to lay eyes on the tainted ones, but this is where the Roselle pay their penance. I thought I saw another glittery bit. What are these grounding amulets? immunity to knockback. Well, that would have been useful in that previous level. The soldier says the tainted Roselle are fated to live out their days working in the source, in the hope that they may one day atone their sins. They are nothing like the rest of us. By the very nature of their birth, they are impure and lack integrity. I say salt has brought prosperity to the holy state. Why rely solely on the Roselle when everyone could aid in the harvest? Such would go against the goddess's will. The Roselle are to work this land to atone for what they've done, and they'll not be disturbed. Serenoa says yet higher yields of salt would benefit all Norzelia. The soldier says we do well enough for ourselves with the current yields. She'll share her blessings with you if you come to count yourself among the faithful, but it won't change the state of the tainted ones. Serenoa says we should return to the encampment.
This is more awful than I imagined.
Will you still send any Roselle in the Wolfort domain here? Force them into a life like this?
It isn't right. It isn't just. I don't care that it would ensure our own safety.
Indeed. It would be unforgivable. What is just is constantly in flux depending on the circumstances. That said, protecting people is always the right thing to do. Wouldn't you agree, Serenoa?
I feel the same as you both, but...
My apologies. I didn't mean to place all the blame on you. Still, we continue stumbling on the path before us.
Serenoa and his retinue return to their domain, their every step weighed down by the heavy task Hyzant has placed upon them. Elsewhere, the newly restored kingdom of Glenbrook begins to take action under Queen Cordelia's leadership. The kingdom issues a joint proclamation with Esfrost against Hyzant, halting all trade and severing diplomatic ties with the Holy State.
Alrighty, I'm gonna call this an episode. I'll be back on shortly with more, but I have some errands I have to attend to, so probably gonna take an hour to get some stuff wrapped up. Might do some offline grinding too, so we'll see what happens, but I will definitely be back a little bit later today.